actually. Hello, everyone. This is Chris here. I'm bringing you the first of what I call the underrated series. Cards I think are like underrated or kind of like forgotten about overall. The first card I want to talk about today is a card that I don't think anybody realizes that it even exists anymore. It was actually first seen in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I believe Astro Phoenix used it in his Destiny Heroes for whatever reason. That card is Misfortune. Now, this is a normal spell card. What does Misfortune do? Well, it says select one face-up monster your opponent controls. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of that monster's original attack. Your monsters cannot attack this turn. So, why do I think this card is underrated? Well, first off, it's a burn card that nobody uses. I have literally never seen anybody but me use this card. It's a common card, and it's not a hard once per turn. So why is this important? Well, in the current game of Yu-Gi-Oh, even though high attack points aren't necessarily going to be a major thing, you still do see a lot of like really cool, really solid attack values of like 2,800, 3,000, or even 4,000 for original attack. So if you can do 3 times per turn, you can do 1,000 damage, for free, and only with the restriction of you can't attack this turn. Why wouldn't you use this in a burn deck? Burn decks aren't really known for attacking anyway, so giving up, a battle phase isn't that big of a deal. Not to mention, it doesn't say you can't actually do your battle phase. It just says you can't, actually attack with anything. So, if you really want to, you can play this and then go into, evenly matched. I just really think that more people should play this card. Not to mention, look at this guy in the artwork. I think he's pretty cool, just kind of hovering over the water. What else can you do with this card? Well, interestingly enough, if you do a certain loop with Primal Seed, you can actually burn your opponent over and over and over again until they're dead. But let's think about what other cards that are kind of similar, and we won't display graphics of them or anything. But you got other cards that do similar things, but with restrictions or drawbacks. You got Meteor of Destruction that does 1,000 points of damage to your opponent, but it can't be used if your opponent has 3,000 or less life points. You've also got Tremendous Fire, which does 1,000 damage to your opponent, but also does 500 to yourself. Those cards, while not very commonly seen in burn decks, as Chain Burn is the most common burn deck, or Trickstars or something like that. The point is, this is a really good card for a bolstering burn strategy, and I really wish it was one that would see more play, because your opponent is just not going to see this thing coming. Let's be honest here, who even remembers this card? I do. I don't think anybody else does. I'm looking over at Dante over here, and he's like, I've never fucking heard of this thing, basically.
Not really. I'm just running the computer here for his episode. And
yeah.
I've never actually heard of this card. He never used it in the burn decks he used against me.
I actually did have it in them. I just never really got to it. My misfortune was that I never drew Misfortune. So.
That pun was bad.
It was very bad. But, yeah, fuck. But really think about this card. Let's say just by some crazy means, your opponent has, a 3,000 beat stick or a 4,000 beat stick. You're getting a solid amount of damage for free up to however many times you can play it per turn. You can potentially cause an OTK with almost this card and this card alone. Obviously comboed with something.
Basic Insect OTK.
That's not occurring because that's
happen.
It's only going to be 250 damage if you do it against that. I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot else to say about this card, but I think really you should dig through your old cards. Oh, by the way, since it's a common, this card is super cheap. Just pointing that out. I don't have the exact price on Misfortune right here, but I know because it's a common card and it's old. It's been out for probably over 10 years.
I can tell you the Amazon price here in a minute.
Well, I'm sure you probably could. It's probably 10 cents at best. Pick yourself up some Misfortune. If you're playing Burn, get some Misfortune, put them in your deck. You'll be happy you did. I mean, you can even play. You can combine this with things like Magician of Faith to bring it right back. I know Magician of Faith isn't really the best card either.
Finally unbanned.
Yeah, been.
Oh, you were wrong. 50 cents.
50. Okay, 50 cents for Misfortune. So for $1.50, less than literally like a meal at McDonald's, get yourself a playset of Misfortunes. Start burning your opponent. I think if you really thought about the practical applications, it's a spell card. It's not even a trap card. Spells are infinitely better in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Let's be real here. Burn your opponents for half of one of their monsters' attack. You'll be thankful you did. It'll end your games faster, even though it doesn't really serve any other functional purpose. Again, I understand why people think that, oh, well, it's a bad card because you can't attack. It doesn't matter. I mean, it does to an extent. I understand why they're saying that. Games are over so fast. But if you're playing a burn deck, you're not attacking. That is all I have for you all today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell, and we will see you later.
Yeah. And you can see us right now. Had to get our faces
later.
in there somehow.
That's later.
But yeah, right down here, little notification bell.
They know where
I'm always
you're
going to
from
emphasize that. But peace.
now. Mm-hmm.